Hey everyone, this is Corey with the Outback Real Estate Investors Academy, and I'm here today to share behind the deal. We do deep dives once or twice a week on unique property situations that myself, my customers, my clients, my friends, whomever, other Outback members are involved with. This one involves a matter where I am the plaintiff in the matter. The plaintiff is the individual or entity that's suing the defendant. And so I'm looking at the case now. That's where my eyes are going. I'm not going to share the details because the case is not yet over. And as a matter of fact, we're just digging in. So there are certain assertions you've got to make if you're going to file a lawsuit. You gotta really look at all of your angles from lots of different directions: straight, side, above, below, all different ways, to make sure you actually have some real valid points. And so I have some real valid points. I'm going to share those with you. So I own this 5-acre parcel. One of the parcels got auctioned at a tax sale prior to my involvement with it. It got bought by a small investment group, and they paid $650 for the lot. Subsequently sold it months after for $2,500 to an investor. This investor has 4 or 5 other properties, and that's what I can tell you about the investor. I can also tell you that the investor did not do any due diligence because that investor believes that the home above the land, that is the trailer, they believe that that's theirs. But what's interesting is that during the auction process, the tax buyer just bought the land, not the trailer. All that was auctioned off at the auction were the taxes for the vacant piece of property. The county never knew that there was another home on the trailer. So, being able to dig into and understand all the series of these complex problems really takes an understanding, it takes art, and it takes looking for all the different areas in which rules ultimately have been either violated, laws have been stretched, or people have done some things that were questionable. And so getting behind the deal is absolutely important, because when you prepare yourself for a lawsuit or a case, you've got to really work out all the complexities, right? And they get worked out in court. Right now, in this matter, there are nearly 90 issues that the attorney, exactly 90 issues that the attorneys are actually now dealing with, right? And so this is the part. We're not at the point of discovery. Initially, there's the aspects of a lawsuit. You've got the overall complaint that gets filed, it gets served, and then you get then the defendant has an answer period of time, usually 30 days, unless the defendant requires additional time to answer. And in this case, they did. And then you get their answers, which is usually a very complex series of denials. We didn't do this. It wasn't us. We never knew about it. It's not us, you're wrong, we're right. And then there's an answer or a reply from the plaintiff's side addressing specifically the concerns or the answer from the defendant. So that's where we're at right now. So when you get behind the deal, you got to look at all of the areas associated as much as you can with a transaction. Otherwise, you could find yourself in a situation where you're going to lose. And when you lose, you lose legal fees, you lose the asset, you lose the property, and maybe your views about what you think is right and wrong gets challenged. And so, but when you know in your heart and in the law that what you're doing is right, and what you're doing is good, and what you're doing has integrity to it, you got to follow that all the way to the end. And that's what we're doing here. So this case may take another 4 or 5 months, 6 months to resolve. And in the meantime, all of those years of rent don't get paid. More than 2.5 years of rent at even $1,000 a month. You do the math. $30,000 gets disappeared because you can't come to an agreement with somebody, or somebody is that positioned about being right that there's no talking to them, not willing to take a meeting, not looking to take a conversation. So try to, work things out with people first. And if all things can't be worked out, then you got to be prepared to get legal. And if you're going to get legal, you got to go big. So this is Corey with a little behind the scenes of how to work out some of the most complex credit, certainly real estate, tax, foreclosure issues imaginable. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. In the meantime, if you're involved with litigation and need some help, get yourself a great attorney that understands and is not afraid of taking the swings. Okay? Talk soon. Bye-bye.